some photographs with a ruler and stuff, and they found enough to Guinness Book of World Record people. Yeah. They want to get it validated, and they're all sitting there at the bar, and the mail comes back, and it's got Guinness there on the outside. Well, this is going to be it. I'm going to be validated to get that record. The guy, he takes that on. Well, he opens her up. Good morning, people. Good morning. It's 5:12 a.m. Monday the 4th. Good morning. I want to say thank you to Mr. Reed and all that. God bless you, my friend. You see, God gave me another day of life. I love you all. I'm over 100. I need at least 900 more people. I know there's very VIP people out there. I've been looking around the house for my Bible. You know, I can't find out what happened to it. So I guess I have to buy me a Bible. I had 2 Bibles. One when I got baptized. You know, had a good preacher at the Christian church I went to in Charlestown. Then when I got married back in the 70s to number 2 wife, you know, got a Bible. I don't know what happened. I guess my brother kept them Bibles. I don't know. So I guess I have to go to the Green Tree Mall and get me a Bible. So, because I don't know what happened to it. So, there's a blue light. For the blue skies and the universe that God created. And God created the heavens, the universe. You know, God created the heavens. He also created the universe. You know, the moon, the Mars, and all of this. I know there's some people that don't believe in God. It's your right until somebody in your family gets sick. Maybe from cancer or something like that. Then you start praying. That's okay. God knows. God will help you, but don't give up on God. You hear me talk about my brother, the a-hole. How he cheated me out of over $90,000 in State Farm Insurance, which the agent is Dale Robinson in Charlestown, Indiana. Dad and Mom left all those kids a life insurance. If you work in a corporate office, wherever the corporate office is, you all screwed. You all screwed me. How can your brother sign your name to an insurance check? You know, Dad told me. So I went to Dale Robinson to get my insurance check. He said, Tom, sorry, can't talk about it.
Did he commit a fraud with my brother on my insurance policy that made out to me from my mom and dad? I say yes. You know, I want to tell you all people something. Don't trust your family. You know, they put the shaft to you. That means the devil's in them when they're crooked insurance agent. How can State Farm corporate office allow crap like that? I've been with State Farm for over 10 years before this happened. So that's the devil. That's what the red light means. That means the far pit. That's where you're going. Also, when you go to church, you believe in God. You walk out them doors, the red light comes on. The devil takes you back over. That's my brother, Robert W. Cartwright. He lives in Lexington, Indiana. So be wary of him, people. He takes advantage. Him and his girlfriend/wife. You know, I know they got a divorce at one time. That they probably got married. Sigma 5, y'all Marines. He was a Marine from 74 to 78. I got a question for you all. I've been to Camp Lejeune. That water. You know, it's one thing these lawyers don't advertise on TV. All the medical problems that you get from that bad water at Camp Lejeune. Somewhere between 64 and 68. The family, we went down to visit my brother at Camp Lejeune, stayed in a motel there. If I remember, it was a Howard Johnson, because Dad loved Howard Johnsons. Somebody said, I think it was on a base. I can't remember, but I think it was a Howard Johnson. You all know that. My questions to you all. Would I have to call those numbers they advertise on TV to find out what covers, what medical problems it causes? You know, if you smart out there, you know, let me know. Other people like to know. That visit there, or drank that water from Camp Lejeune, took a bath, you know, ice cubes, those ice machines. You know, you mix it with your soft drinks or your water, or you took a bath. You know, I'm asking those questions. There's the blue light for God. I know people, the blue light also stands for police officers. But you got good and bad police officers. You saw me share the videos of the DUI guy, Larry Foreman. And I know I don't own the rights, but I'm also asking for your helps, like Levy County, Florida. What website can I go to in Levy County, Florida to find the outcome or the paperwork with open records law of what the hell's where I could, you know, somehow bring it up and all this, which I don't know how to do that yet. And, you know, I'm going to have to get me a desk or something where I can put my laptop on and get a studio mic and probably headphones and stuff like that where I could do live streaming that way. But I've told you all, I'm on a fixed income. I'm 70 plus years old. Oh, that's bright. Maybe I'll have to turn it down a little bit. That's too much. That's better. And, you know, another format that I think it was Tom. Thank you, Tom. That's a good name because I like to be Tom. You know, some people call me Tommy. That makes me feel young, but my son got the same name as me, but he's Junior. If you know some of my videos, he don't like anybody to see what he looks like. But I'm so proud of my children. They're polite, nice, and cares about me. So, you know, I want to thank you all good people out there. I like to see some VIP people that maybe it's live, and when I'm live, they have their people come over and hit the bell and all this. I think that's pretty good. You hear Bob and Tom in the background. You can find them on YouTube, unless they're on your local radio station, whatever that'd be. But at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, they'll be live on YouTube, the Bob and Tom Show, people. I get a kick out of seeing them when they live. You don't have commercials like they do on your radio stations. They show some old Bob and Tom shows with Bob and Tom in it. So God bless you all. And I love watching RD on the scene. People says, why do I put viewer discretion advised? That's what I was told to do when I first started really doing live videos. But I've been uploading videos before I even thought coming at a part-time YouTuber. Because think, people, if I'm doing a live stream in my vehicle, you come up, maybe a wreck just might happen in front of you. Say the person flips, came out of the car all bloody, or a house fire. Maybe they come out of the house on fire. You know, that's what I do. I want to thank the people out there that has donated the cell phone mount for my automobile. God bless you, whoever done that. Also, that person who gave me a tripod with a cell phone holder on it, where I could do a better video. You know, if it's an accident or a house fire or police officers, you know, I can do a better job for you all. Sorry about that. I can't go to the license branch today because on Mondays they close, so I have to wait until tomorrow, Tuesday, and go to the license branch and renew my plates. When I bought this car, I renewed for 2 years, which I thought that was pretty nice. I would love to renew every 2 years. And when the 2 years is up, I went back. Now it's only for 1 year. I like to see Washington, D.C., or maybe the state of Indiana at Indianapolis Capitol make a law. I like to see it be federal law. All tow trucks have red and blue lights on them and a siren. But the only way you can use them if the police department give permission and they put it in their notes that you run code 3, which that means red and blue lights and siren. But you do it with care. You stop at a stoplight and proceed with caution. I think the only state I know is Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri area. I watch a YouTube channel. You all need to go. I think it's Ron Platt, Pratt. He got a bunch of tow trucks. You all need to watch his YouTube channel. I've seen tow trucks before, even the ones it's close to me, which is Furnished Towing Service and Recovery in Henryville, Indiana. If you close to Clark County, Indiana, I'd say around the 19-mile marker, that's Henryville. That's where he's located at 31 and 160. I point that out when I'm going that way sometimes. So, if you're in the area, some of you got insurance for a tow truck. And, try to get the closest tow truck. See if your insurance will cover Furnished Towing, which is, I believe his name is Mark. He's also with the Henryville Fire Department / Moreau Township. So if you're close and you want a quick tow, Mark Furnished Towing and Recovery in Henryville, Indiana, if you're close. I know there's other tow trucks, but it depends who's close to you and how quick you need to get off. Let you know, people, if the police department tows your vehicle, it's going to cost you at least $150, right, up front. Because the tow truck service had to pay the police department their share of it. I don't know if it's $30, $40, something like that. They could raise it. Just think about it. Police departments throughout the USA, they charge a fee for the police departments. Where that money goes, I guess it goes in the general budget, I guess. I don't know. I would like to know. Am I smart enough to go to the tow truck service and ask them about that? And do a video about that? I don't know if they would tell me. If I go to a police department, sheriff, PD, state police, would they show me under the open records law? I don't know. Would I get in trouble for it? Probably. So subscribe. Hit the thumbs up, people. You're all awesome people. I also go by WTSC News Media. Make sure I put that in there. Unless they've got some bad cops out there that said, no, you're, this, that. So, Lee Scott County Sheriff Department in Indiana, which is Scott County, Indiana, up the road. I got a question for you all to say. Underwood is in Clark County, but you get at the county line, part of Underwood is in Scott County. Okay. That means if you work for the government agency like Clark County or Scott County, or any people who live close to a county line road. Okay, property taxes. My question is, do you pay Clark County taxes or do you pay Scott County taxes? Since you're, say, in Underwood, Indiana, your house address is Underwood, Indiana. Does a Henryville fire department go to that part of Underwood if they're in Scott County? For what I've seen, they do. But, that's the questions I ask. Do you pay Scott County taxes if you live in Underwood, which is Clark County? Or do you pay Scott County taxes? I don't know how to go about that and find out. And if you people look up on an Indiana map, go to the counties. If you bring up a county map of every county it's in Indiana, which is 92 counties, you'll find out Scott County is a small county. It's small. I'm going to let you people know about Scott County. The county council, which the president is a lady, her husband and her under investigation by the Indiana State Police. Because her husband used to work for the ex-sheriff, Jamie No. And if you go to public safety, that's Chris and Tiffany. Tiffany is from Scott County. And Chris done an interview with the sheriff of Scott County weeks ago. And it showed her husband and another deputy went to South Carolina when Ed Barr's running for sheriff, which his wife is the mayor of Charlestown. She's a pretty good mayor, people. Treva. I'll tell you something about that young lady. And she got more grants for the city of Charlestown, Indiana, than any other mayor Charleston has. He got the council to raise the pay of the Charlestown police officers. They was making less than $48,000 a year. you hear me talk about Boss Hogg. If you know Duke of Hazzard, you know what I'm talking about and how crooked he was. That's how Boss Hogg is. His name is Bob Hogg. He called anybody who made under $48,000 a scumbag. I was at the town meeting they held at the old First Christian Church, which is now the A&E Center. I guess they either bought it or it was donated. I think they paid for it, which is illegal. The way the bylaws is written up in their charter, that it takes all members of the church to sign off on it. The Charlestown Christian Church, the First Christian Church, didn't do that. I was a member of the Charlestown Christian Church on Level Street. My brother, his wife/girlfriend, whatever she was, sold the church. And that money went into the Charlestown Alumni Association to scholarships for the kids of the Charlestown High School. Is that legal? I'm not a lawyer, since all members of the church did not sign off on it. So, is that legal? I said no. Because Charleston owned the First Christian Church, which is now the A&E Center there in Charlestown, up close to the square by the post office. I said, no, they don't own it legally because I did not sign off on it, and the other members of the church didn't sign off on it. So, as you all know, I'm a part-time YouTuber. You know you gotta have 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch videos before you come up, when I say a full-time YouTuber. I know you all love to send chats, super stickers and donations that way. God and me asking for you all's help to help me get to that 1,000 subscribers. So, I'm asking for you all's help. I don't know. Also, people, put in the comments what you like for me to talk about on subjects. Remember, PG, people, because there's kids watching the YouTube channel with their parents. Which, remember, there's 2 YouTube channels, one for kids under 18 and for people over 18. Just remember that. That's what I try to do, keep everything rated PG. And you know I love cats. So, that's one thing you all got to think about. Abide by YouTube rules. You know what they are. And some people don't allow politics on their channel. That's their right. It's their channel. So, I'm letting you know. You don't talk bad about anybody's YouTube or about something. I saw the Umbrella Man talking about this offender. I don't think it's on YouTube. I think it was maybe on Facebook. I forget the guy's name. You have to go to the Umbrella guy where he was live last night. He had kid porn You know, he's convicted offender for something like that. You know, that's only my opinion, but it's not up to me to judge that person. It's up to God. And you know where he's going, people? That's where he's going. You know, unless he get real sick and ask God for forgiveness. You know, the blue light is for God. Remember that when you see this blue light, it's God. So, share this with your friends. And any VI people out there, if I'm alive, like some of you I've seen on your videos, I've seen you switch over to the Ray Bone Crusher. I want to thank that person. I seen you do it to Megan Fox. People, you need to get out there and watch Megan Fox. And there's another one that this person has done. Is Dana, D-A-N-I. I forget what her last name is. You know, done that. And they help her get her subscribers up. And it was a DUI guy, Larry Foreman of Louisville, Kentucky. I think that's where he's from. Had his viewers go over to their channel. I don't know how he switched them over to their channels. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. And, you know, I love to get 1,000 subscribers in 5 minutes. I take more, but I got my faith in God that somebody out there would do that. So, to donate, you can do Tom Cartwright 4375 at Post Office Box number 1, Charlestown, Indiana, 47111. Or, since you all know how to do the Cash App, it's the $ Tom Cartwright 4375 on the Cash App. I also talk in my videos, people. I'm using Prison Live Studio on my cell phone. And you could do like YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. There's others. I try to figure out Instagram. I think there's 5 steps you have to do, because, you know, I wish Prison Live Studio would put in their Instagram and TikTok. They have what they call, you click on it, what is it, RAMA or RM something. You don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm 70 plus years old, people, and I don't understand that. You know, I think there's 5 steps. You know, I wrote it down on paper. I try to figure, you know, mention the URL or something like that. I know that'd be Instagram. But I need help to do that. I know also your handle, your name, stuff, you know, all that crap. I don't understand how to do that. Twitch was easy. All you do go hit the switch button on Prison Live Studio. It makes it a whole lot easier. And I told you I'd like to have a new laptop, because I cannot run Prison Live Studio on my regular HP, which I got at Best Buy, because it says HDR not compatible. 95% of your people says that's the computer I need. And let you know, people, at Walmart, it's $1,800. Can you get it cheaper at Amazon? You know, that's up to you. Can they deliver it to my post office box? I showed you in the lobby at the Charlestown post office, it can be delivered, but it depends how, the post office on a box like that. So how else can you all get a new laptop to me? You can send a cashier's check. I can deposit that in my savings account, which I open up. That way, you all know, if you deal with banks, if you get a check not written on your bank, it sits there for a few days until it clears the bank. I could do that, and I could order that through either Amazon or the Walmart for that computer. But like I say, I can't afford it. I make between $800 to $900 a month. It's hard living on it, people. But you make a budget of everything you pay, like your gas bill, electric bill, water and sewage bill, your rent, your house payment, your insurance, your cell phone bill. Or if you bought a new cell phone on credit, you put all that in your budget. And that's what you live on. I remember growing up. Oops. Sorry about that. I remember Washington, D.C., your Congress and your Senate, they got along better back there then than they do now. They didn't fight back there then. They worked together. They didn't care if you was a Democrat or a Republican or independent or anything like that. They will help you out. You all remember the congressman from Indiana, the 9th District, which is Lee Hamilton. And U.S. Senators was Lugar and Quayle. Quayle, as you know, was the vice president. I forget under which president. Maybe Bush, I think. I'm not sure. Everybody got along. Now look at those people in Washington, D.C. They can't even make a budget up for the whole year. That's my point. Some of you don't like Trump. That's your right. But look what he did for this country. He done more for this country than any other president besides Reagan or John F. Kennedy. Trump done everything he said. Those people, your Democrats, want the one world government. They want to take your gun rights away. Okay. California is a Democrat state. They passed a law in 2023 that came into effect January the 1st of 2024. You cannot carry a gun anymore in the state of California. Not even in the trunk of your car. You can go to California and look on their website, and it'll tell you if you look it up. My legal questions for any lawyers in California. Since they passed that law, and there's people that got CCW, concealed weapons permit. Okay. My questions, I know there's people in California watching this. Does that void that CCW permit that they carry? But I know years ago, it'd been over 10 years ago, the U.S. Supreme Court states that they ruled on you cannot make a law that picks on certain people. You make it for all or none. They prove that law unconstitutional. Okay, a question to answer. Since they pick people where they can't carry a gun, but police officers can, is that pick and choose? I say yes. All police officers can carry their guns when they're off duty and on them. That, to me, is unconstitutional. That's another thing. You got a few states, Colorado, Maine, and now Chicago, Illinois, that took Trump off the ballot. Okay, back weeks ago, the U.S. Supreme Court was live. It was the audio portion of it. And they brought up stuff, that Constitution that they brought up dealt with the Confederate Army people. They brought up some good points that I can understand. People who's dumb can understand. And it doesn't, the way they explain it, it doesn't cover the president or the vice president. Say the states who's the red states. People, think about it. Can those red states kick off President Joe Biden off of the ballot? By Maine and Colorado, yes, they can. But it's a federal election. State cannot control a federal election. They can the state, people who run for the state office, but not federal. I say by April or somewhere like it, then when they supposed to rule on it, you're going to find out that law is unconstitutional. And they bring up January the 6th. President is immune to stuff. They brought all this stuff in that hearing in front of the U.S. Supreme Court. Those men and ladies that sits at the U.S. Supreme Court, they ask some good questions. And the lawyer from Maine and Colorado, they're dumb. They don't like Trump. people think what President Trump done on the border, he put that wall up, gas prices is down, this and that. Remember that, people. He kept the gang members from coming over. He kept the child trafficking people from coming over, bringing children to, you know what I'm talking about on children. Brought them over. He stopped all that. He had the border guard stop all this crap. Look what happened when Joe Biden got in. Right off the bat, it was on the national news that he stopped the oil pipeline. Look at gas prices now, people. It's up. I like to see the Attorney General in all 50 states charge them oil company with price gouging. That is illegal in all 50 states. I've seen up in Scottsburg last week, they raised the price over 40 cents a gallon. I think it was 52 cents a gallon. That is price gouging. There's no blankety blank reason for that. You got homeless people. Why is that? People's raising prices up. Their insurance for the employees is going up. Everything is raised. The house payment goes up. Or they lost their job because of Joe Biden. Look at the homeless people we got out there. We got veterans out there. Now it's 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bob and Tom is coming live, people. If you want to watch the Bob and Tom show. But that's something to think about. You heard on the national news, they found some white powder in the White House. You know whose powder that is. Cocaine or heroin or whatever, I've been sober from drugs and alcohol 25 plus years. So that's something to think about. So, why is it, when you become a police officer, FBI, county, state, Secret Service, you swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States and your state. But since that's the president's son, they know who that drug belonged to. Will they arrest him? No, it's the president's son. No, I'm not a full-blooded Republican. I'm a full-blooded Democrat. But I will vote the Republican ticket for President Trump. I know some of you sent emails to the president. You never heard nothing back. Even if you're a Republican, you didn't hear nothing back. But thanks to President Trump, I sent him an email to the White House. And he helped me out. He didn't have to, because I was a Democrat. I was having trouble on getting a house on my, what they call vouchers. And he emailed me back. I know that's his secretary, but they still have to ask the president. Can't do nothing without the president okay. And, I told him everything I was going through and everything Boss Hogg is doing too. Where I was living in a Pleasant Ridge subdivision that was built by the government during the 40s, where they built the bag plant. Some of you know ammunition plant, where they making those for those big guns on those big boats out there. Those big guns, if you know what I'm talking about, during the Korean War, Vietnam War, because I worked there. I was classified as a tire. It was heck on your hands. If you work in a plant, bag plant or ammunition plant, you know what I'm talking about if you work as a tire. But President Trump did get back to me, and he said, sorry for what you're going through, this and that. Yeah, I'm contacting the appropriate agency. About a week later, I got a phone call from Indianapolis, Indiana, which his boss is the president. And I explained into detail what I was going through and explained the government had a 100-year lease on those homes up there. People remember, if you buy a house in Charlestown in the Pleasant Ridge subdivision, the government can come in and take your homes that you're making house payments on, because they still got a 100-year lease on it. So just think about that. If we get in World War III and they need homes for our soldiers, you're going to have to move. But the government, the USA government, does break leases. Look what they've done to the Indians. They had stuff. Go back in history. You can look this stuff up. How they screwed the Indians on their leases and stuff. The contract. The government has cheated the Indians. That's a fact, people. You seen cowboy shows and Indian shows. I know it's a movie, but that did happen in real life. So, that's what they did. They did it in Charlestown. They had a 100-year lease. Look at the bag plant, ammunition plant in Charlestown. They had paperwork stating if they ever close that plant down, it goes back to the family. The government lied again. They broke the contract. Like I say, I'm not a lawyer. It didn't go back to the family. Like the Charlestown State Park area in Charlestown on Highway 62 was supposedly went back to the family. My dad his family had property. I had the paperwork. But thanks to my blankety blank brother, Robert W. Cartwright, who lives in Lexington, Indiana, took all my paperwork. He had me arrested to get me out of the house where he can get all of those paperwork. The will, the paperwork, the deed to the property where Dad and his sisters owned property. How they got screwed. I heard that some people took him to court. But I don't know. I guess that you have to look under the federal court system, I would think. But I want to thank you all. I've been on here 55 minutes. So you know how to donate. I need some VIP people when I go live to switch your people over to my YouTube channel when I'm live. Like the DUI guy or Megan Fox or any of them other people. Or, you know, I would love to have the help, but God will help me. It might take a little bit longer, but God will talk to you all. It'd be very nice if I get 1,000, but I'd be satisfied with 1,000. When like the DUI guy, he has over 5,000 viewers at one time. I love his show. For a lawyer, explains in the details. He's been doing series of what the hells of the court records and Lynette paperwork and all that. I watched one he done last night where Liar Preston and her paperwork to the court said she didn't know nothing about those signs, didn't, you know, this and that. She put that into evidence on her record. So that'll help what the hell's in court. And they got like a stay of got a stay or writ for a higher court. People have asked him and other Megan Fox, how long would it take for them to rule on it? It takes any time, a couple of weeks, up to a year or more. My question to your lawyers and your judges, Mr. Hale has a permanent protector order against Liar Preston and John Crook. You know, if you got a protective order against you, you cannot have any guns. How come Liar Preston and John Cook got a gun underneath the seat in their Jeep Gladiator? You know, I'm asking anybody for Levy County Sheriff's Department in Florida, how come you all ain't taking their guns away? How come you're not enforcing the restraining order on them? Why is that left up to the Attorney General? You got a court order which is good in all 50 states under the federal law. What it's going to take, somebody to get hurt or assaulted like Jamie Hales did? What the hell, by the advocate that the court appointed for him, her son? They have not arrested him yet. His stepdad is the deputy sheriff of Levy County, Florida. Is that because who his stepdad is? Probably is. But I know some police officers out there in the United States. They want their children to be better than anybody, you know. They expect you to be better than any other people out there because you're family. But it seems like in Levy County, Florida, that's not happening. How come the Florida Attorney General not say, yeah, we're going to prosecute them? Because it is a legal court order, which is good in all 50 states and outside. Remember, Liar Preston followed him to Levy County, which is Otter's Creek. What the hell is bought over 70 acres down there in Levy County in Otter's Creek? Maybe he could have bought that property. You listen to Liar Preston say that this and that. She's a flat liar. As I tell you, and what the hell tell you, do not contact those people that he talks about. Because he can get arrested. I don't know if that's Florida law or what, but you have to watch what the hell's video of the court process that he was in court. That judge took his First Amendment rights away, Second Amendment. There's more rights that due process, and he can't even get to his own property. That, under the Constitution, that Judge Craig D. Thomas, violated his rights. And people, it's also your rights on the First Amendment. He can't do that. That's why it's in the appeal process. And people have asked if he's in Ohio and he finds guns in his locker, that's a catch-22. Will the state of Ohio, will they enforce it? By law, they're supposed to, but will they? That's the question. But how come the state of Florida and Levy County not going after Liar Preston and John Crook? What? They got a gun underneath the seat in their Jeep Gladiator. That's my question. You got snowbirds that goes to Florida. I know some lawyers that practice law in Indiana, has a house in Indiana. During the wintertime, he goes to Florida as a snowbird. So, there's questions that needs to be answered. Can they speed it up on an appeal? I say they can move it to the head of the line if they want to. That's something to think about. This judge in Levy County, Florida, is violating your rights on the First Amendment. And that means the TV stations can be in trouble. Look at that. Think of it. What's that video? You know what I'm talking about. Even the judge, when Liar Preston was acting pro se, the judge was acting as a lawyer, not as a judge. A judge is supposed to be unbiased. You can tell he's biased. He don't like Jeremy from the start because he got over 500,000 viewers. And Judge Craig D. Thomas maybe had 40 viewers. He's jealous. I got more viewers than Craig D. Thomas, thanks to you wonderful Christian people. Thank you. Thank the ones who subscribe. I've told you gasoline prices is high. You know, I like to do more videos. You've seen some states, like in Bakersfield, California, they carry police scanners in their car, which is it's legal for that state. But if you misuse that scanner to flee from them, and they get you, and you got that scanner in your car, and you're using it illegally, your rear end is in trouble. Okay, Indiana law, you can look it up in all 50 states. What is the scanner law in, say, Indiana? It'll give you what it is. News media, police, fire, like that. Would that include me? Well, I forgot, ham radio operators. They can have it. News media can have it. Can I legally carry my scanner in the car? It's a catch-22. It could be yes, it could be no. It depends what side of the bed that the police officer woke up on, because they don't really know the law. When I was a ham operator, I forgot to renew my license, this or that. Then they red flagged me. I never did abuse the FCC rules. Somebody didn't like me. That person had a P25 walkie-talkie, and he had the Indiana Police and LMPD. He retransmits stuff over the LMPD radio. Did he get in trouble? No. He keyed on people. You know about the fox hunt. And it showed up at different people's house. He'd be in his mobile. He'd get close to the house, and they'd find out that wasn't the person doing it. It was him. Doing it by remote control, like your Kenwood 2000, the TS2000 Kenwood. I love to have another Kenwood TS2000. That was a good radio. It would do about 40 watts on AM. I like to see the FCC come out on CB radios, which the rule is right now 5 watts PEP. I like to see them come out and change that rule to anywhere from 100 watts to 500 watts PEP. I like to see them change that rule. You got to go with, the future, So I like to see that happen. I know there's a bunch of CBers out there. So that's something to think about. You can donate in gift cards to the post office box. For gasoline or for my kitty cats. Let me show you this one sitting on my... That's Alex. Margaret's her mother. Alex is a good kitty cat. You seen Alexi. Alexis is Alex's firstborn. Sometimes she hiss at her own baby, while her mother, Margaret, loves her. You see, there's Kathy. And Blackie Blackie here is Wildcat's baby. So, you know, I'm a cat person. I know I got too many cats.
Yeah, Ray, are you clear on that?
People got 1 or 2 cats, probably be okay. You don't have to work that much on cleaning a cat box out. I tell you a little secret, people, about cat litter. You know how bad it is when you come open your door, you know you got cats. I know at Tractor Supply, maybe other farm places they call them horse pellet bedding. They smell like pine, but they're in horse pellets. You can put them in a cat box, just a little bit, you know. Then you put some cat litter. That way the cats will get used to it. And your house will smell a whole lot better. Them pellets turns into sawdust. It's easier to clean. Your house don't smell that bad. That's them horse pellets bedding. It smells like pine. You'd be surprised how much, if you're a cat lover. Yeah, I do love dogs, people. But my yard is not fenced in. I got about an acre of ground. But, you know, a dog in the house, it would have to be a puppy. You know, it got to be a baby cat where they can grow up together. If I bring a puppy into this house, you know what the kitty cats is going to do. You know, about 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to have to get up, put a leash on them, take them outside to use the outside outhouse. Man, I like to sleep. You know, after I get off of here, I go back to sleep. Like tomorrow, that's Tuesday, I have to go to the BMV, the license branch, and renew my plates on my vehicle, which is going to be around $50, $55. Usually they send a thing in the mail to renew your plates. For some reason, the state of Indiana didn't do it this year. And I just got a thing, let me So, hello. Am I frozen now, my friend? I don't know, it don't look I am on my video, because I see my lips are moving. Maybe I was frozen when I was giving updates. That could be a possibility. I'm sorry, my friend. Maybe if you switch over to YouTube, Tom Cartwright 4375. And if I make a comment on Twitch, it'll have Tom Cartwright 4375 instead of Tomcat 2682006 live. Am I still frozen now, my friend? If you got a YouTube channel, switch over to, go over to YouTube, Tom Cartwright 4375, and hit the subscribe bell and all this. I'm sorry. I'm on my cell phone. I know Switch is kind of like a gaming thing. I don't play games. I've seen some of those games, and I don't think my cell phone will allow me to do that. But since you play games on computers, but my nose is itching. So, I got a question. That means you know about computer. And if you're on Switch, you're playing games. I got an HP laptop, which I got at Best Buy about 4 or 5 years ago. And I use Prism Live Studio to live stream. Okay, on my laptop, 95% of you people says I need a gaming computer. And the other 5% says I gotta get Windows this and that. But I've researched it. I have asked Prism Live Studio their tech support. They said I need a gaming computer. And I'm bringing up, sorry, Socks. And see. Oh, I gotta put my phone down where I can type. Uh-oh, I screwed up. No, I didn't. Oh, I screwed up on the date. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to go in there and have to change the date. I did screw up. Thank.
Visit Paul, 3 Frank, Adam 6 Paul, 0 King 99, Edward Robert 239934. Should be on a white Ford Fusion.
Somebody's done it? How many times do you think I've lied in here on the air? All the time. So why would you go,
Can I get, if anybody's free, another unit over here to the original location with me and Hunter?
They have got, let me take a look. We had a NASCAR race out there in Vegas, so we won't have any results because it happened in Vegas.
So, I don't seem to be frozen on YouTube.
This part of the Bob and Tom Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. So, I know we kind of all wish we had more time, don't you? What would you do with that time? Maybe have an extra hour, read a book, go to the gym, take a nap, maybe go visiting a friend. How about squeezing in some therapy and maybe finding out what really is important to you and make that a priority, and therapy can help you find out about that and about yourself. And there's a around all the time, that phone or your laptop or your desktop computer, because it's all done online, so it's a big time saver and it's a lot more convenient. We fill out a great questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and by the way, you can switch therapists at any time. And the therapy itself is also performed online, so it's a lot more convenient and more flexible. So, see what I'm talking about? Take the questionnaire, see if and learn to make time for what makes you happy with BetterHelp. That's BetterHelp.com/BT Show. /BT Show. About 10% off your first month. BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com/BT Show. And by the way, the therapy can be done with the camera on, the camera off, just like you're having a phone call. Or you can just texting back and forth. Whatever suits you. That's really doing what's best for you to find out what's best.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm trying to get my. So.
This isn't where you are to adjust towards the intersection. I was going to adjust where I can watch two of them.
Hello, Blackie. Yeah. Can you say hi to them people? Because I know they're kitty cat lovers. TRACO. What call it? Traco. If you go to YouTube and hit the subscribe bell,
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
and hit thumbs up, then when I get the notification, if you got a YouTube channel, I will subscribe to it. You know, I guess I'm going to have to set up where I can write your name down on paper, and then I can go to Twitch, describe to your place. You know, I could do that.
Yeah, because 1802, John Poole is on the other end.
So I'm going to put my phone down. My kitty cat hates it when I move. So,
When something happens to your kitchen, you might say, "This is ludicrous." But that
won't fix your home. That will only get you the wrapper. Look. Having trouble? Don't panic. Don't be alarmed. You need to file a claim? Holla at State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm's there. That's right. You can file a claim on the app or call us.
Thanks, Mr. Chris.
No matter how ludicrous the
Is that
situation,
just now, or did it give a
like
timeline?
a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Odds are, when you've seen a crane, you've seen Paget. But cranes are only part of our story. Paget also structural steel sheet and plate fabrication, structural steel erecting.
So I'm writing you down in my book.
Just, no words up east. John Marigold intersection.
AISC certifications, skilled workers and safety programs set Paget apart from the rest. Paget, for 60 years, we've taken you higher, faster, farther.
March 7th at the Mercury Ballroom. Don't miss Jeff Tate, Adrian Bell, and Viwer concert. Jeff Tate,
What was your traffic center?
Jesse Wood, and more.
So I got you written down there. Later on today, I go to Switch,
Address.
and I will, I guess, come your friend or whatever, subscribe to your Switch channel. You know. So, let you know something about me, people. I'm in my 70s. What? Yeah, I love you too. And, as you see me, I don't know, when I make a comment, it says Tom Cartwright 2682006. But if you go to YouTube, it'd be Tom Cartwright 4375. Because in the way I'm going through YouTube, and that's how it pops up in the comment on Twitch. It'll say Tom Cartwright 4375 instead of Tom Cartwright 2682006. So, I want to thank you all. You know, hit the subscribe bell. Hit your thumbs up. I might go live on Switch, explain to people again what I'm trying to do, you know, how they can find me on Twitch. You know, I think I should explain that. What? Hi, Lexi. This is, Alex's baby. You know, hi, Blackie. Hi, Kathy. So, here's my, let me figure. See, that's my lights. See, that's a light that I got up there. It's about the screw-in part of it, about the size of my pinky. You know, the old Christmas lights. If you all had some old Christmas lights, they're about the size of my pinky. You know, you screw that screw part of it where you screw it in. And it changes color. Here's red. When you see it, the red, I talk about the devil. That's the devil. That means the fireplace. Here's blue for God who created the heavens and the universe, which heavens is, to me, is part of the universe. So,
Bothering you. Of course it snowed. Shaking your sweetener, but it's close.
that's too dark.
Doesn't that sound like a sex term, Josh?
So,
Tell you what, last night I shook her sweetener.
I want to thank you. Only reason I'm on this time of morning, I had to get up, go to the outhouse, and do some stuff. So I figure I've done this to keep me awake until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I can listen to the Bob and Tom show on the radio, which they come live at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but here they come on at 5 a.m., which that's a repeat until 6 o'clock. So,
Yeah. The gentleman I'm talking about went to Notre Dame. He's hopefully going to be playing in the National Football League.
so I want to thank you all.
Defensive lineman. He's at the top of his game. He's
If you don't believe in God, it's okay.
not that he has skills or strength.
I don't have Switch on my computer. I got it on my cell phone. I'm sorry, maybe I didn't. Maybe I just set my phone down and didn't talk. Maybe, I don't know. So I want to thank everybody who came on board.
Back in the fall of 1994, my senior year in high school,
Here's my
I drove a 69 Ford F8
HP laptop that I was talking about.
8-track player. And here's where this coincides with the Chick McGee life.
So,
I stopped by the dump to throw out the garbage, and behold, someone had set out a box of 8-track tapes. One of them was Frampton Comes Alive. I'd never heard it. Popped it in the player. I've been a huge fan ever since.
I want to thank the 3 people who's sitting in the background. God bless you all. If you don't believe in God, it's okay. But remember, if you get sick, what do? You start praying to God to help you out. You know, God, God wants you to believe in Him 24/7. He don't want you to judge people. It's up to Him to judge. He's the final judge in the court. Hi, Lexi. Which you got your engine running. You watch it, the cops will give you a ticket if you're going too fast. If you're a cat lover, you'll love me, people. Because I have cats. I got probably 10, 11 inside cat. It stays in the house. You know. So, you know, I'm a cat lover. Outside cats, I got about 20. So, you know, I know some countries, you know, I can't get into, maybe because certain things I talk about. I know some things says about copyright laws. I don't know what they mean to that. And also, people, it said, welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Remember that. That's YouTube policy. But every YouTuber, just like on Switch, those people has their own rules. So please follow them. You know. So. So, be polite to people. God don't want you to hate people. When you start hating people and judging people, something might happen to you. Somebody in your family might get sick, or anything's possible. God works in mysterious ways. You can donate through Tom Cartwright 4375 at Post Office Box number 1, Charlestown, Indiana, 47111. And if you know about Cash App, people, I know it's HTTP, so, and so. The $, Tom Cartwright, 4375. You can donate that time. But any of you on there, if you're not on YouTube, you're on Twitch or whatever, make sure you go to YouTube and hit the subscribe bell. And I always tell people, hit it again, where then you go up to all notifications. So, like I said, I'm 70 plus years old. I live on a budget. I make between $800 and $900 a month. I know you all said, how can I afford it? People, it's tough. You gotta live on a budget. If you get paid every week, every 2 weeks, or a month, you gotta fix a budget up. You know how much your rent or house payment's gonna be. You know what your utility bill is gonna be. You know what your cell phone bill is gonna be. You know what your internet's gonna be. You know what your automobile payments will be, or insurance. See, you gotta have all that in a budget. So, that's something to think about. It's hard, I tell you. I know people might work 2 or 3 years. They're getting more money than I am. Or they're probably 20s or 30s in that category, somewhere between 20 and 60 some odd years old. They're getting more money than me. They're getting over $1,000 a month or $1,200 a month. That upsets me. But I had to go on disability when I was about 40 years old because I couldn't work anymore. Maybe that's the reason I don't get over $1,000 a month. I used to get SSI and Social Security. I was doing pretty good for about the first 2 or 3 months. After that, they dropped my SSI down to $10 a month. And you can know what I told them to do. Told them to stick it where the sun don't shine. As you see in my face, I lost a whole lot of stuff. Is that because I'm old? No, I got diabetes and 4 heart attacks. And I take Ozempic. Some of you old people knows one Ozempic. What might work for me might not work for you. Those are doctors given to people who's overweight to help them lose weight. I went from 250 pounds plus down to 185.2 or 175.2, somewhere in there. I went from 44 in the waist to 36. I bought me a new pair of blue jeans, which is 36 waist. I feel a whole lot better. And you all got diabetes. You hear me promote Pepsi Zero Sugar. I like it better than I do Diet Pepsi. I can't stand the taste of it. But Pepsi Zero I like. If you don't like Pepsi, there's other brands, you know, I'm not going to mention their name, that you need, you know, see if they got sugar, zero sugar free. I was told by a VIP that works for Pepsi, I was at a certain store. I'm not going to say which one. I guess maybe he was a manager or something like that. I told him about my YouTube channel, one I go by. So, and I told him about the Pepsi Zero Sugar that I'm having problems finding, you know, up in the cooler, say by the cash register, or at this other store, or Kroger store. They're not keeping that stock with Pepsi Zero Sugar. And also he told me, if you all like root beer, you know, Pepsi does sell a root beer out there. I think they call it Mug, M-U-G, root beer, if you like root beer. I tried it once or twice, and that tastes pretty good. I guess last week, the way he talked, it was last week for, I guess, the area I live in. They came out with Mug Zero Sugar Root Beer. I'm not getting paid by Pepsi. It'd probably be cheaper, you know, for them to pay me, but look how much it costs them to advertise on TV. I haven't seen nothing on TV about the Zero Sugar Mug Root Beer yet on TV. Since I'm going out to the license branch tomorrow, I might check on that and see if I can find that Mug Root Beer Zero Sugar. I know I can find it in the root beer, but can I find that Zero Sugar Mug Root Beer? That's the question. So I'm getting tired. You know, I can only sit up for so long or stand up for so long. Then I have to lay down because of my back problems too. Also, you new people. I used to be a teenage alcoholic at 12 years old. Teenage alcoholic and drug. The number one drug was marijuana, blotter acid. Somebody did sneak LSD in one of my alcohol drinks. That was a bad trip. But I've been sober 25 plus years. You know, some people goes to a doctor to help them. You got to have the willpower. You got to have it up here. You know, I had problems with alcohol. So, you know,
depression, arguments, breakups, and even contribute to divorce. But the good news is that if you're like
Oh, boy. Well, I'm going to lay down. Let me show you something. See, at 6:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, there's my scanner, which is a SDS 200. So, there's what's about my laptop. You know. So, you know, I'm letting you know because I'm not lying. I want to thank you all. It's in the background, just watching, not commenting. You usually wait until I get off.
Yeah, there's still one of those left.
Anybody who's on the other live feed, go to YouTube, Tom Cartwright 4375. Hit the subscribe bell. You know, you all do that for me, because God wants you to do it. So it's time to say, what is it, good night, good morning. Well, I guess I'm going to go back to sleep. Sleep until 10, 11 o'clock. So, I want to thank you all. So, thank you for watching my YouTube channels. If you got anything that you want me to talk about, you know, talk about on here, remember, keep it PG. Because you don't know who's watching. There's kids that's sitting there with their parents. So be careful what you say in the comments. I don't want to see their daddy or mommy or their legal guardian fuss at something that you all say and get me in trouble. And a bit, you know, there's a couple YouTube people I want you to go to. It's the DUI guy out of Louisville, Kentucky. I know you all probably been watching What the Hells in Levy County, Florida, which is part of Otters Creek. And the DUI guy been going over the writ at What the Hell's filed last week. And yesterday, Sunday, is the DUI guy went over Liar Preston paperwork. And this judge in Levy County, Judge Craig Thomas, taking your all right First Amendment rights away. That's what he did to What the Hell, took his First Amendment rights away. There's a bunch of more amendment rights that he took away, the Constitution rights, speedy trial. He can't even get to his own property without going around on a bad intersection because of this liar Preston. No, so if you go to What the Hells, you see what I'm talking about. And he's getting screwed by that judge. You know, people ask on his channel and on the DUI channel, Megan Fox's channel, it's Megan Fox Writer, you know, WRITER. She's a reporter. Went to school to learn how to be a reporter. You gonna watch her show. And another one you'll like is the umbrella guy. I like him. He's funny sometimes. You got M.G. Law. They've all been talking about this case about what the hell's because of the First Amendment rights. Go up to YouTube if you're on another platform. Hit the subscribe bell. I tell you, hit the subscribe bell again and get all notifications. So that gives you some idea, people. I love you. God loves you. You know, the blue light stands for God, what He created. So I want to say goodbye. Sweet dreams if you just going to bed. I love you all.